Welcome to the Good Ride. We're pouring for snowboard gear. So this is the Good Ride review of the Burton AK 20-liter backpack. And I gotta say, I was a little skeptical at first, and I almost didn't keep it. But I've been going up with drift boards in the morning, taking boards like my Kurua Dart and, you know, like Burton Flight Attendant and basically anything you can think of. Up with this, you know, this backpack here. I need something to carry my board up, and you know, because I'm on the drifts, and I've been having a blast doing that, getting 1 or 2 extra runs in the morning before the resort opens, maybe even getting some, you know, some fun powder turns before it becomes like, you know, a raging shit show. And I really enjoyed that. I'm by no means somebody who's like going out into the backcountry, or those aren't my intentions and goals in life. I just like a little exercise and a little early up, and I was looking for a very slim, very well-built backpack to kind of mount my board to, but also carry some shit. And this AK 20-liter really did a good job. There were a couple, let's just start with the negative. These straps used to have this kind of wide thing here, and what I found is, as you like tighten these up and you try to get it super tight so the board is very snug on your back, these would catch and stop before you could tighten it as far as you'd wanted to. I'm not sure why they put it up so far. I would have liked to have seen it start here and kind of end here, and that probably would have been perfect. And also, when you take the board off, and let's say you want to put something else there, like my drift boards, which are like 2 small skis, that would catch there too. So I cut that, and I might even cut this all the way off, and now it kind of works. So that was kind of one of the things that was almost a deal breaker, but just a good pair of scissors and a little bit of work could take this completely off. You could get through the stitching and get that completely off, or just do what I did and make it so at least it tracks through to about there. When you're pulling it up, you can see it stops about right there, but that was enough to make it work, and it still grips the board and holds very well. And I think that's a huge, very important element to board carry, and I think a lot of people with splitting these days are ignoring that. For those that want to go up with snowshoes for some ungodly reason, or just hike or boot pack, but sometimes you do have to take your splits off and climb, and you know, or you know, deal with some sketchy shit. And it's nice to know that if you put this on the back, it'll hold if you cut the straps off, and hold well and won't shake and get weird. Another thing I love about this, I'm just gonna kind of go through as I see it, is this holds the helmet. You have 2 little hooks right here, so I can put the board on and then put my helmet on right here, because I hate going up with a helmet. It just makes me sweatier and hotter, and it works pretty well. So it's nice to have that. I almost didn't, it's like sneaky, you barely see it, but then when you're done, it just tucks right back up and in there. Now, speaking to just, you've seen this maybe on a few reviews, like the Kurua Dart in powder, but speaking of the ergonomics of this thing, I just love it. I've never felt, it's a little longer than most backpacks I've ever owned, and it's got a nice, easily adjustable clip right here, and a little smaller than I'd like, but a very doable clip right here, and I think there's a whistle too. Now, what's interesting is if you want to adjust this, you have to kind of pop this out and then kind of run it back through, and you have all these little straps. So that's bad and good because it holds it in place. Some of those adjustable ones, sometimes you know, something will happen and one will be down here and the other will be up here, and it's awkward. But it holds very well, and it feels like a nice, secure fit to my back. I've never felt something feel so much a part of me once it's all tightened up and secured. And you know, you can adjust right here to let the backpack come back a little bit further, make more room for your helmet, or tighten it up. And you know, you've just got just about every kind of adjustability. I love these two pockets to just kind of have like the, you know, the easy access stuff. Just in case something happens, you don't have to completely take your backpack off. You know, if I need some gloves or anything, those are kind of my quickies. And I think it's hydration compatible, but I don't really care because I'm just doing quick morning runs. I'm not really going out deep into the backcountry. And these adjusters right here, clip free, and can hold your poles or tighten up really tight and secure this backpack so it's really tight and form-fitting. This is a cool idea if you want to carry some hydration. Both sides do this. I think it's brilliant. So you can put something in there and carry it with you. It's just, they just thought of a lot of stuff. This does a lot for a 20 liter. It's just really interesting. And you even have adjustability here for the harness on the waist. And then, you know, you tighten this up and snap here. So even if you want to do more than what I'm doing, which most of you probably will, I'm mainly stuck to the resorts and reviewing the tons of solids that are sent to me every year. But this does a lot of great things. You can even Velcro this out and adjust the height of this, you know, these shoulder straps, and they're just, it's lighter than you would think too. It weighs 3 pounds. From what I've seen. Now you've got another little thing here. I keep some strap-ins right there in case I break something, because you don't want to hike up all that way and then have something go bad. But that's a nice little compartment. And then right here is kind of access for, you know, your shovel and your probe. And I keep a little a face mask right here just because I put it right there because my shovel sticks out like right here, and it's gonna wear through that quickly if I don't put something soft there to kind of in between. So I just put a turtle fur game changer, or what was it, the game face, and then I've got some, you know, crampons in case my drifts, just in the rare situation that it might be icy somewhere and I'll need those. But you've got that compartment, right? So that's shovel, probe, that kind of thing. And then you have the next section, which is just kind of a big compartment here that allows you to put in kind of anything you want. Like I have my going up gloves and going down gloves. It's good to have 2 pairs. My bandana in the morning. You have room if you want for hydration. You have a goggle pocket here, but it's kind of awkward access. It works and it's wide and it fits the goggles well, but as you can see, you kind of, I would have rather had the goggle pocket here and just be deep and take over the top here, but instead you have this kind of like quick access pocket. And then within the board, I mean within the backpack, you have 2 zippers here. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of just sits on its own above. So it's kind of a double access. And when you're in a hurry, that's kind of a pain in the ass. So I hate doing the double zip. You're usually already there anyways, and that's okay. You know, you're putting in your up gloves versus your down gloves and that kind of stuff. And that's cool and everything, but I would love an easier goggle pocket. That's probably one of my only complaints. There seems like there's some kind of back protector in here, and it feels like it's just at the area where your shovel sits right here, and it just feels like it there's some protection here, and then there's some mesh and some room for you to breathe. So all in all, like, the design of this backpack is just stellar, and I'm really enjoying it, and I think it's like a great backpack. It might be a little too much for my morning runs, but I know if I ever, you know, late spring when my reviews are done, I want to just go for a long run. I have enough for, you know, for a day on the hill. I'm sure I'm forgetting some little things because there's all these fun little features. I keep discovering things about it, you know, as I use it more. But I'm really glad I have this AK 20 liter, and it seems to work really well with my, you know, my little early morning uphill jaunts. So there you have it.